Drop by drop, her sisters drink her down. The grape-sized belly that defined her entire life sags, empties, and hangs off her in a loose, warped bag of skin. She has done the one thing she was built for. It has ruined her. She started at 4 millimeters. Her sisters swelled her to the size of a grape. For months, she hung from the ceiling without moving, holding the colony's entire winter inside her, sealed behind a single valve in her gut so nothing could escape. Now that she's empty, she can't forage, can't dig, can't even hang. An empty pantry is just a thing in the way. To understand why the colony is discarding her now, you have to go back to the day they chose her and made her into something that could only ever end like this. Level 1. The egg. You are blind. Legless, a pale speck no bigger than a grain of sand, sealed in a chamber far below a desert you have never seen. Workers turn you over, sort you, feed you. The amount they feed you is already writing your future. More, and you become a queen. Less, and you become a worker. You never get a say. Level 2. The Callow. Weeks pass. Your skin tightens, splits, and you climb out of it new. You are soft. Pale, your exoskeleton hasn't hardened yet, and the world presses against it like wet paper. You're a worker, one of thousands of sisters in the dark, but you are not like the others. You came out large, bigger than most of the Callows around you. The older workers notice. They run their antennae across your body, measuring you. They do this to a few of your sisters too, always the biggest, always the softest, always the ones whose shells haven't set. You don't understand the attention. You take it as belonging. The chamber is warm and close. Pheromones move through the air like currents, telling you where to stand, where to wait. You wait. That's all a Callow does. Above you, far above, the surface bakes. You feel its heat leak down through the soil in slow waves. Being big is not a gift here. You'll learn what it's for. Level 3. The sisters who leave. The foragers go up the tunnels and out into the light. You stay below, and they come back to feed you. You feel the desert on their bodies before you taste it. They return scorched, vibrating with heat, their crops heavy with nectar and the fluids of dead insects. The surface they cross can pass 60 degrees Celsius. They are tiny, a few milligrams, and so they have no protection from it. Their body heat rises and falls with the air around them. Instantly, a worker out there is only ever a few degrees from death. One returns half-cooked and trembling. She gives up her load mouth to mouth, then folds her legs beneath her and stops moving. The workers step over her. Another doesn't come back at all. The column doesn't slow. The next forager is already climbing toward the light, because the desert only gives food in sudden, short bursts, and whatever it gives has to be caught before the sun ruins it or a rival colony takes it first. Everything they believe their lives to gather has to go somewhere. Soon, you'll learn where. Level 4. The feeding. A forager comes to you, opens her jaws, and pours. She regurgitates her entire load directly into your mouth, warm, thick, sweet, then another comes. Then another. They don't stop after a meal's worth. They keep going. They press their mouths to yours and fill you long after you are full. This is why they measured you. This is what being large was for. The liquid runs into your crop, a pouch in the front of your gut meant to hold food for your sisters. In most ants, it holds a little, then passes the rest along to be digested. Not in you. Behind your crop sits a tight, muscular valve that seals shut and holds. Nothing moves past it. The food just stays, under pressure, going nowhere. So the pouch grows. Day after day, your sisters return from the killing heat and empty themselves into you. Your body has become the place the desert's mercy is kept. You are not being fed. You are being filled. Level 5. The swelling. Your gut keeps expanding, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. The pouch pushes outward against the inside of your abdomen, crushing your other organs flat against the walls. The hard plates of your shell, the armor you grew as a Callow, begin to drift apart. The soft skin between them, folded and elastic, unfolds and stretches, until those plates float on the surface of you like tiny dark islands on a swelling, see-through sea. You started at 3 to 7 millimeters. Your belly is now the size of a grape. Your weight has multiplied thousands of times over, and almost all of it is liquid that isn't even yours. Your legs still work, but they can't lift this. They paddle uselessly at the air, unable to move the enormous globe you've become. The other repletes hang above you on the ceiling. The workers carry you up to join them and set your claws against the rough dirt and let go. Your legs were the last thing that was yours. Now they only hold you to a ceiling. Level 6. The vault. You hang in the dark, and for a while it feels like rest. The chamber walls are smooth, polished with dried saliva and packed earth so they won't collapse. Only the ceiling is left rough left that way on purpose, so your claws have something to grip. Around you hang your sisters. Dozens. Then you understand the scale of it. Hundreds. Packed shoulder to shoulder in a single vault, motionless, swollen, silent. A colony keeps up to 348 of you in one chamber. A full quarter of everyone alive in the nest hangs like this. You think you've reached something. A purpose. A place in the order. You think you matter to them. You don't. The smooth walls aren't a home. They're the inside of a container. The colony didn't promote you. It poured its food into the strongest body it had and hung that body on a hook. You were never a worker. You are a jar. Level 7. The living jar. The liquid inside you is sugar, fat, and protein, kept warm in the dark. By every natural law, it should rot. It should ferment, turn to poison, and kill you from the inside. It doesn't because your gut has been taken over. Your crop is packed with acid-making bacteria, the same kind humans use to preserve food. They sour the inside of you. They drop the acidity until nothing else can grow there, until the colony's winter survival sits inside you, pickled and safe. You don't manage this. You can't. Your body simply hosts it. So that's what you are now. A warm tank. A sealed vault that breathes. The valve in your gut holds the pressure with no effort at all, which means you cost the colony nothing to keep. You can hang like this for months, for years. You feel almost nothing. The occasional brush of a sister's antennae, begging a drop of food, which you give up, and which is replaced. The slow, constant strain of your own skin. You are kept alive for one reason only, so the colony's food stays fresh. Level 8. The fall. A replete 2 bodies over loses her grip. She falls. She lands on her back on the chamber floor, legs working at nothing, her swollen belly pinning her down. She cannot roll over. She cannot climb. A body shaped like yours was never built to right itself once it falls. Her sisters reach her in seconds. They do not lift her. You've seen this before in the dark. You felt it happen near you, and told yourself it wouldn't be you. They stroke her, begging. When she can't give them enough fast enough, they begin to bite. They open her belly and drink what spills, and they carry it, mouthful by mouthful, up to the rest of us still hanging on the ceiling. Over a few days, they drain her completely. What's left of her dries on the floor like a discarded skin. No one is angry. No one mourns. To the colony, a fallen replete is not a sister. She's a spill that needs cleaning up. You hang there, and you understand the shape of your own ending. When you fall, and you will know one is coming. Level 9. The raid. The vibration reaches you through the soil before anything else does. Too many feet coming down. For days, out on the boundary, your foragers have been locked in a standoff with a neighboring colony, hundreds of ants on stilted legs, raising their bodies tall, drumming antennae against each other, each side measuring the other's numbers without a single killing blow. It's a census, a way to count strength and avoid a war that isn't worth it. Your side lost the count. Your colony is smaller, and a smaller colony does not get a peaceful border. So now they pour down the tunnels. They go for your queen first, to end the colony's future, and then they come for the vault, because everything the desert ever gave your family is hanging right here, in us. They can't carry you out. You're too big, too fragile to drag across open ground. So they drink you where you hang. The ones who can't be bothered to coax it out simply bite through. Mandibles reinforced hard as metal tear into stretched skin, and the honey your sisters died in the heat to gather spills out into the mouths of strangers. To them, you were never a sister. You were a tank to crack open. Level 10. The Depleted. Say you survive all of it. You don't burst from overfeeding. You don't fall. The raiders take other sisters and leave you hanging. You last. Then the drought comes, and the foragers find nothing on the surface, and the colony turns inward to you. This is the moment you were grown for. Your sisters press their mouths to yours and ask, and you give. Day after day, drop after drop, the colony drinks you down to feed the starving workers, the larvae, the queen. You empty out exactly as you were always meant to. But your skin has been stretched too long to ever go back. As the liquid leaves, your belly doesn't shrink to what it was. It sags. It hangs off you, warped and empty. A loose bag of skin you have to drag. You can't forage. You can't dig. You can't nurse the brood. You can't even hang properly anymore. You did the one thing your body was built for, and it ruined you to do it. Now, you take up space and give nothing back. In a colony that keeps no one who can't work, that is the end. You are drained, deformed, and discarded left to starve, or pulled apart by the same sisters who once carried you up to the ceiling like something precious. You were never the colony's child. You were its pantry, and a pantry, once it's empty, is just a thing in the way.